Hello, you awesome person. Welcome back to episode 5 of What's the One Thing? Today we're talking about the gremlin that is perfectionism, and the question is how to overcome perfectionism when it stops you getting out there and training your horse because you feel like a failure unless things go perfectly. Ugh. Now, what I want to tell you is that perfectionism is not about self-improvement. It's not about progress. It is about seeking validation or self-worth from achieving a specific result or from the things that we do. The question that always puts me back in a really anchored and centered place is, am I in this to prove or improve? When I can answer that question really honestly, it gives me feedback as to whether I am making decisions and operating from a position that is a fixed mindset place, where I am trying to defend myself and my actions and prove my worth as a result of the things that I'm doing or the results that I'm achieving. Or am I in a growth mindset position where I recognize every opportunity or every thing that I engage with as an opportunity to get feedback or to improve my horsing and general life in general. You know what I mean? Improve my situation in general. Now, just rereading your question, the thing to keep front of mind is that your self-worth is never in question. We start from this base of inherent worthiness. And when you can understand that you don't have to prove yourself, that your results aren't validating who you are or your abilities or your possibilities for the future. They just give you feedback as to how it is you can improve, where it is you need to invest your energy in, or what decisions you need to make next. Then you can go out there and really practice this positive possibility and reorientate your focus towards the things that actually are going well. When we're in a perfectionistic framework, we tend to orient ourselves towards criticism because, of course, we're always looking to avoid things that could show us up or somehow make us feel diminished because we're trying always to inflate our level of self-worth. But if your self-worth is never in question, if that is something that no one can give to you or take away from you, then you're completely liberated because your riding and your horsemanship endeavours do not become a pass-fail test. What it is you're doing out there with your horse is not a pass-fail test. It is not a means of validation. It is a practice. It is a life practice. It's a process. It's a means for you to express what it is you want to creatively express or experience through your relationship and with your relationship with your horse. So one of the practical exercises that you can do to start to really renegotiate that and develop a different framework for yourself is after every ride, ask yourself, what is it that went well? What went well today? And let that be your first point of focus. This doesn't mean that we're ignoring the things that we want to improve, but we're just reframing them as something that is feedback that we can actually action in a different direction, rather than seeing that as a damning evidence of who we are and what our possibilities are moving forward. So go out there and ride. Ask yourself each time, am I in this to prove or improve? It's going to be a constant practice and a constant decision that you make for a while you practice stepping into that worthy now position. The second thing is to say, well, what is it that I would like to improve from that ride? Like, what is it that didn't go as well as I would have liked it to, or where I got a response from my horse that I wasn't expecting? And separate fact from feeling in this instance. So really pair those things out and look at the facts of the situation, so the reality of what it is that was presented to you, and your feelings about the situation, which are two very different things. The third thing to say is then, well, what do I want to improve for next time? What is one thing I would do differently next time? And that modus operandi will give you a really constructive place to work from, instead of using your riding, like I said, as a pass-fail test or as a means to consistently prove your self-worth or feel less than worthy. We're all in this together. So there is no judgment in what I've said at all. This is a constant process for many of us, but you are absolutely worthy. This is not a pass-fail test, and your riding is not a means of validation or a search for validation. It is a life process and a practice that we're very blessed to be a part of, which leads me to the end point. This isn't really just one thing, is it? It's loads of things, but that is to be thankful. Just to be thankful for the position that you're in. And if you can get into that place of gratitude and acceptance of where it is that you are now, whilst holding your intention for the bigger picture of where it is that you want to move towards, then, my friend, you've pressed the button of liberation. Good luck with it all.